Are you drinking more during the pandemic, Finesse? A, you guys, are you drinking at all? I never really see you drink.
I went to town during the pandemic.
Am I just not?
Shit, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah,
man.
I'm getting worse.
Nah, I mean, with me, with the drinks, it just depends on where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's Jack and Coke. Sometimes it's Jameson and ginger ale.
You get your Moscow Mule on quite
frequently.
That's a fun one. We got to do that one together.
The Moscow Mule. But lately, I've been hooked to this Malibu pineapple.
Oh, boy.
With like a splash of...
Matter of fact, Ness and I were together when we discovered it.
Yeah, with a splash of like fruit punch.
Hey, did the bartender that I had here at the party, did he serve you anything decent?
Yeah, I had the lemon drop.
Oh, yeah, that's what I had.
Lemon drop was nice. That kind of hit me later.
I like when they put the sugar on the rim. Ayo.
Oh, boy.
I like a sweet rim.
That guy knew his like Oaxacan shit.
If I want to,
If
I want to get fucked up
was he from
immediately.
Perth by any chance?
He was Australian. I think he was from Sydney though. He was from Sydney.
I almost didn't have
there's
bartender.
a same deal in Perth. There's a Oaxacan restaurant where they go to Oaxaca and shit and do all the shit.
Oaxaca, Mexico.
Yeah.
I wonder if Waka Flocka ever played in Oaxaca.
Oaxaca
He'd be
Flocka.
Oaxaca Flocka. That's amazing.
Oaxaca Flocka.
Oaxaca Flocka.
Dude, I got to do
Flocka,
that mix next.
Yeah, you do the Oaxaca Flocka. It's all Mexican hip hop. Eddie has an album that he recorded. I don't know if you know that. Do you know this, Ness? Eddie has like 16 tracks recorded. They are fucking awful.
Dude, we got it.
Word. I collect bad demos, Eddie, so send them
my
my
God,
way.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I mean,
one of the songs is called Rusty Scissors.
Rusty Scissors. Shit, what's that all about?
Yeah, I'm gonna stab you with Rusty Scissors. His fucking lyrics are vile.
Word.
I'm gonna rip out your.
It doesn't match his kind of.
I'm gonna rip out your veins and use them as shoelaces.
He remembers.
Damn, you got quotables, Eddie.
Yes, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Shit, bro.
Eddie got bars.
Oh my God, Eddie has the most ridiculous, and he sounds like that when he raps.
Damn.
One of his lyrics, no joke, one of his lyrics was, "You're a homo. I heard you stick your dick in the keyboard because one of the buttons had a colon."
What the?
Hey, man, he's quoting you and he doesn't even know where we're from, so I get it, dude.
A.G. White just walked in. Come on, sit down, A.G. White.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Pass
more
A-
the merrier. We need help.
Pass AG
I'm
a mic
hosting
there,
for
AV.
him now.
A.V., A.G., A.G., A.V. Y'all know each other.
What up, Dunson? All day, you're in the house.
Yeah.
Already.
That's A.G. White. He's white.
Hey, listen, I read up on Adam Levine is Jewish and wasn't bar mitzvahed neither.
Really?
Yeah, I read that. And I was
weren't
like,
bar
what?
mitzvahed?
Nah, man.
Wow.
Nope.
You know how to use
No
a mic.
money.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I could, yeah, okay.
Jesus.
I thought you
He
had
had no
great-
money. His family was rich, I think.
Well, his family was rich. My family wasn't rich.
No, I know. That's why I'm surprised he didn't have a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, but I guess
I knew you wouldn't have a bar mitzvah. Yeah. Nah.
I was barred.
Yeah.
From the
you
bar
would have had
mitzvah.
a bay mitzvah. A bro mitzvah. Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Bro
This
mitzvah.
whole podcast is a mitzvah. Anyway, that's Cut Chemist.
How you doing, brother?
And that's DJ Newmark.
What up,
Pleasure to
fam?
meet you, my
All right,
friend.
brother. How you? All right.
I'm living the dream.
No doubt. L.A. living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
They both LA natives, and they're dope. They're dope DJs.
Dope.
I was fans of both of theirs before they even knew I existed in life.
Really?
Yeah, very much so.
That's what's up.
And,
No doubt.
yeah, I still want that fucking one mix. I got this mixtape in England in like 2005, and they were mixing in. What song is that?
That's King of the Beats, Mantron.
Yeah, it sounds like King of the Beats, Mantronics.
And then he kept cutting. We are. It was a J5 song. Was cutting.
Somebody was one of our mixes? Or?
No, it was one of your songs.
So someone's cutting
What
it
song
in.
is that? We are. Starts with We Are. Yeah.
Wait, no, but
We are without a doubt the star.
but that didn't come out on as a record. Though. Maybe.
What,
This
without a
guy.
doubt?
Oh, was it? Is that without a doubt? Damn,
Nah,
I'm tripping.
No, it's not.
What
I think
song
you
is
asked
it?
the wrong
No,
DJ.
no, that was Word of Mouth. The song we made, Word of Mouth. That never came out.
Is this DJ
I don't know what
had
he's
it?
talking about. I don't
Then
even
how the
think it
fuck
was
did
a
I know it?
J5 song. I think he's.
Yeah, that
At
shit
any
was
rate.
out in England, buddy.
Doesn't surprise
Mixing over King of the Beats by Mantronics.
Yeah.
Good pair.
I used to use it as my intro track to walk on stage.
Shit. Well, we want our royalties,
Yep.
fucker.
Yeah.
We'll be giving you a call.
Don't we all?
It's a long way down that hill.
Fucking Finesse is still waiting on royalties from Fatboy Slim.
Oh,
And he really does. When you talk to Ness, he really does sound like the Check It Out Now.
Well,
Like
he is
like,
the
it's
Check It
like,
Out
I
Now.
keep hearing it. Like I know so many other Ness songs, but when I talk to him, that's all I'm hearing now when I speak to him.
It's funny how many songs of Ness's I quote in conversation, like lyrics.
Ness, I want a quotable for my next album. Can you do a quote for me, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we got to work something out.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
like the opposite of right about now, like left about then.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I got to sit here and listen to this
I
shit.
actually want to do.
I know it's like gears moving, right?
Yeah, sometimes you grind the gears.
Actually want to do another version of that. You know.
Yeah, you
He's
should,
looking
man.
at somebody do like one of them beats. Come on, you know how to make those types of beats.
Yeah.
Cut.
what, the Fatboy Slim beats?
Yeah.
Kind of those.
Dancey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dancey, big
Yeah, I
break
mean,
beaty.
it's just
Did
simple.
you produce that J Live album, the first one?
No.
You just had a track on it? Who had a track on it? You didn't
I
have
don't
new?
I
either.
had it on the second or third album. No, second, I think.
That was that one album where it looked like a Blue Note album.
Yeah, that's a good one. Spin It.
Spin
Spin It
it,
produced
yeah.
that one, yeah.
That
I
album
know,
was
Yeah, great
fucking
record.
I know
dope.
chemists
Yeah.
will come up with something. No, it's just simple. Check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother right about now.
Yeah, look at
The
that
Funk
shit.
Soul. It's simple,
It's
man.
identical.
Look at
Love it. It makes
Courtney
me
lit up.
happy.
She's like, oh my God, I know that song.
Doesn't it kind of like uplift your soul a little bit when he's? Yeah, see, I'm not the only one.
Put a mean swing to
Somebody's
it.
going to
There you
sample
go.
that now and fuck you over again.
Oh shit!
Nah, ain't
Yeah.
no way. That ain't happening ever again. You know?
Like the opposite of Fatboy Slim, thin man slick, or thin man thick. Yeah.
He's moving the parts all
Thin
around.
man
Thin
thick.
man slick. Hey, it's actually not
Nah,
that
That's
bad.
how the
I'm
record
not-
should come out under thin man thick.
Thin man thick. That'll be dope.
Wait,
TMT.
who's the fastest comedian in your book though? Like that? I mean, did Don Rickles? Are you into like? Is it like what's?
There
Who's
was
the
some guys.
guy?
There was some guys in Canada coming up that were quick like.
Oh,
that.
so really local cats?
Yeah, there was a lot of them.
Damn.
That was kind of like a Toronto thing. A lot of guys did their comedy that way. The older white guys, and I would watch them and I go, "That's fucking dope. I want to do that."
Damn.
And then growing up, you'd have to snap on people coming home from school and shit.
I remember that.
And
era.
when you're the only Indian kid around a bunch of black dudes, you got to really fucking defend yourself quick. Because they would always pose it like they were asking you a real question. They'd be like, "Yo, when your dad, hey, do you think your dad can get me? When your dad finishes work, can he get me a Slurpee on his way out?" And that kind of shit. And then I was like, and then I was going to, it's funny you should mention it, Dad. You don't even know yours, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So
I always thought that one of our group members should have been a comedian. I always thought Soup that came here.
Yeah.
If you spent more time with him, you would see how funny he actually is. He would just come up with some of the illest shit. Like he'd always pick on Mark, and so like one of our sessions,
Who's Mark?
Mark is one of the MCs in J5.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
Mark
his-
7. So
No way.
so he started out one of his jokes with, "Well, Mark, with me and your mother had you." And we just all fell out, like, just claiming that he's his daddy. Like, didn't even finish the joke. We were just all on the floor
That's
recording.
what you
You know?
got to do.
Son.
Sometimes you just set it up.
Yeah, I mean, his setups were always ill like that. I'm like, dude, I think you might be a comedian on the low.
Isn't he the one that said Mark had ass?
Yeah, Mark came over with tight jeans one day recording his vocals. I was like, damn, Mark, you got ass, and just walked away.
I think I
Acid
said,
wash jeans.
I said that to Melly Mel one time. Weren't you there in AV? Mel walked away and I go, "Man, Mel's got a great ass." And he came back and go, "Mel, you got a great ass." He go, "You funny motherfucker."
It's,
Did he take his shirt off when he said it?
He didn't have it on.
Jesus Christ. It's funnier when it's like, like it's like one of the more homophobic guys saying that, like, damn, you got ass. Like, we were crying. We're like, Jesus Christ, where'd that come from?
And then you were like, "He
So
really
we
does
didn't
have an
record
ass."
that night. We just ended up laughing.
That's when you came up. We are.
That's it.
Yeah.
It stopped.
That's all he cut in.
Yeah, we are without a doubt the.
Yeah, that's the record that he mixed in there.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go back and listen to every song we've ever
I
done.
think it was a stage routine.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's true.
Maybe he got it from a live show.
Fucking knows
Oh, that's
anymore.
possible.
Yeah. Remember
pull-
when they used J5 in the movie Made?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies, by the way.
Yeah.
That's
What,
a
what they
fucking
use?
good-
What song?
Quality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quality
Quality
Control. When they're walking into the nightclub.
Yeah. That was your big debut, Luke.
Shit.
Your production.
My production.
Stripes.
Doom, doom, doom. Jigga Man's in the house.
That's right. A.G. White.
I've known AG 25, 26 years now.
Yep.
So how do you guys know each other?
From comedy. He
Comedy.
does stand up.
That's right.
And we used to do the black rooms together. He still does them. I always bombed in a black room though, except for in Toronto or England. In Canada or in England, where they had like a West Indian community, I would kill.
What's
But
a black room?
Black people.
Oh shit. Okay.
Black room, like
Okay.
Christ.
I don't know if you can tell by the
you
way
ain't
AG
that
talks.
bad. You ain't that bad.
AG kills in the black rooms, and I just eat it.
What are your nerves like going into these rooms? Like just all the variety of rooms. Like I would be a mess. It's
He's more nervous in a white room.
I'm more nervous in a white room.
In
All white room.
Right, really?
Yeah, even the gentrification room scares me. You know, full of hipsters and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The ones that move in the inner city.
Yeah.
For cheaper rent.
Yeah.
Those ones, they don't have any idea of the urban culture.
Yeah.
But they moved in and it's like,
Right.
you know, people on the outside like fire, gentrify. And they're all in the neighborhoods now and they moved in. And now they look at me, being the only white family still left in the inner city. They look at me like, you're new. I'm like, I'm history here.
You're right. You're a local. You've been there.
No doubt.
But what's the most nervous you guys? Have you guys ever like gotten so nervous you had to throw up or anything crazy like that?
No,
before
you just
a
start
gig?
sweating
Yeah.
profusely.
Yeah.
Sweating.
The pits and the tits,
Yeah.
like right under my teats. Oh man, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I fucking go out.
I
and
just
do
get
this.
little butterflies. I don't. Some people get really bad.
Well,
Some,
you know,
yeah.
as artists, if I may say, you know,
You may.
yeah. Once we get that first joke out,
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
I just think the build up. First of all, if you don't get nervous as artists, you know, respectfully, if you don't get nervous on, you know, actually on the build up to performing, then what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, if you're just gonna go out there nonchalantly, then your ass is grass.
Yeah, you can make it look nonchalant when you get out there, but you know, inside you.
I think we got to that point at some point.
You don't ever get
When
to
you do the
do when
same
you're a group
routine over
member.
and over again, yeah, maybe, but that's why we got to improv.
Yeah.
To keep those butterflies going.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I pregame.
Yeah.
You know, I got to the point when I come to perform now, it's like if I'm pre-gaming in the backstage with Blind, I'm about like 3-4 drinks in. Oh, I'm lit when I come out on stage. I'm like fearless. I'm waiting for somebody to say anything, you know? You keep your camera up too long. I'm like, yo, fucking work for the feds? Put your fucking camera down, man. Been up there for fucking 15, 20 minutes. What the fuck you taping? You trying to get your subscribers up? You know, I'm like lit.
So you gain your focus from having a few drinky poos going on stage, huh?
No, what it is, I think with artists, with rappers, they so focused on doing the songs that they don't pay attention to the crowd.
Yeah.
So just the fact that you could point out somebody like 20 rows back and say something, it shows the whole crowd that, damn, this nigga's alert. You know, most rappers are so busy talking to their entourage and walking back and forth on the stage, looking
that.
downward, you know. So to give that crowd that attention, I always believe the crowd feeds off your energy. If your energy is up, they gonna get even more up because they gonna say this motherfucker's really working. But when motherfuckers like Fonzarelli up there, they too cool. That shit look boring, man.
Yeah.
I hate when people like I will take all their friends on stage with them, and then they fuck up the song. It doesn't sound anything like the song.
That's the absolute worst.
They're like, still before the ladies, Lord Finesse. You're like, all right, shut up.
I
Because the
think
song never fucking sounded that lame. Why are you making it sound lame
I
live?
lose my energy going on stage when the equipment is fucked up. Like when the rider isn't taking care, like something basic. That's
no,
when
I
that's when
shine
all,
in those
all
moments.
my
I love those
my shit
moments.
is just drained. I can't seem to get it back. That's my one.
Give me the
kryptonite.
obstacles, man. I love them.
Yeah, this guy thrives
getting
on this
him
shit.
around
He
him
loves
is
it.
the show.
Yeah, I've toured with this.
So-
He loves it when like the turntable's broken or the power's going in and out or some shit. He
oh,
loves
man.
this shit.
How the fuck do you love that? I have a beef where, and Russ, you know, when we perform at the Improv, well, I mean, your stadiums, but when you do
The clubs?
yeah, when you do the clubs, the shit that kills me is when there's no monitor on stage.
Oh, yeah.
That
Well,
shit
that's-
fucking kills me. I need
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah, no
That's
monitors
basic.
is a bummer.
For
Yeah.
train of thought.
Yeah, that's
You
basic.
know what I mean? And a couple
or
of these.
when there's an echo in the room.
Oh, or when worse than that is when the speakers are in front of you. So you hear yourself kind of sort of on a delay.
Yeah.
Right.
and that shit just throws your whole train of
We've
thought
had
off.
many nights trying to
Yeah.
mix like that, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
Yeah, that's no good.
That's
You got to
what
hear
a-
yourself.
So just a note to anybody booking Cut Chemist:
Yeah,
Give him
have a
sledgehammer the turntables.
have a
before I get
controller
there.
set up for him.
Yeah. Oh, I've done it.
I know
Yeah,
you probably would too.
Yeah, no, the rider, all the turntables you want. But I went to it was just before COVID. It was someplace in Ohio, and I get there. It's some like a barn. It was crazy.
A barn?
Yeah, like some dust hippie shit. Anyway, I get there and it's just this controller there. They're like, yeah, so there you go.
Wow. Recently.
Yeah.
When you ask for turntables, people show up
Damn.
with CDJs. Go, here they are. Go, these aren't fucking turntables.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, and I made it work somehow. But
that's
Is
good.
Gas Lamp from out here?
yeah, he's
Did he come up with you guys?
No, he's quite a
really.
bit younger.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
I
younger.
remember he used
He
to
looks
come.
terrible.
I used to see him at all the raves I used to DJ when he was like 14. He
you
would
did
come up.
raves?
Yeah, of course.
What
We
did you
all did
play?
like Audiotistic and things like that.
What would you play?
No, I'd be in the hip hop room.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's when they do the hip hop room and then the EDM room or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to the real raves in London back in the early 90s, like 94. And I would go to Bagley's Warehouse and they would have like Groove Rider and DJ Brocky and all those drum and bass DJs. I used to have but I wasn't on drugs, so I still not. But I never really, I had such a good time. That,
Yeah.
So wait a minute. When you say you don't care about that you kind of like the obstacles, like that. Remember the one gig we had with J5 where it was just they switched our set with Green Days. So Green Day was supposed to
Oh,
play,
well,
and then we
that's not
played
an
instead.
obstacle of the
That-
gear. That's
that was worldly.
that's putting us in a whole different,
So in that that day,
But that was awesome. Because that's a great story.
it
When
is a
we
great
got
story.
bottles of sand thrown at us.
Yeah. So we got like. So
Oh, bro.
you guys,
That's how white
there was
people do
a
it.
tour called Warp Tour, right? Where they
I remember the Warp Tour.
yeah. So we were on it. We were doing our debut album, on
Talk
Interscope.
about doing a white room. I mean,
Yeah. So they don't post when people play. They post it like an hour before you play.
No. It's that day. So noon.
Oh, yeah, that day.
They
Sorry.
posted at noon.
I fucked it up. So we were supposed to. So Green Day was supposed to go on at a certain time, and so area was packed. Instead, Green Day couldn't make it, or they were still on the
They
road or
swapped
something.
us
And they
with
put
Green
us
Day.
there instead, and it was.
So we have a bunch of Green Day fanatics in front of J5.
It was raining bottles on us.
Wow.
Like, and then a bottle of like half sand and half like Orange Crush hit my turntable way before Serato, baby. And
Did it crush it?
It crushed it for sure. The needle went across the record, gashed my show record, and then I had an SP 1200
Yeah,
on
I said
stage.
switch to SP, baby.
And I tapped out the drums while the MCs were still rhyming, and
Wow.
he was cutting, and we got through. I saw a bottle get thrown at Charlie's face. I mean,
Boom,
everybody
right there,
everybody
yeah.
got winged.
There was one where they just like rapping and he caught it like on some fucking Jedi shit. It was
Shit. Oh,
wild.
well, maybe that's what it was.
I
was-
saw
it
that
was
happen in
incredible.
Toronto at
Yeah, that's not a good one.
there was this I was hosting this, it was called the Bone Beach Bash. And I was hosting and Maya was on it, Bounty Killer was on it. And so they were like ready for like R&B and reggae.
Yeah, that's when it
And
goes
then-
sour too.
No, but then these three Filipino kids that were singers, this group, I think they were called Kuya, if I'm not mistaken. And they got on and they were singing and they were like trying to do their like rhythmic dancing and stuff. And people are booing them. And I'm standing on stage. I'm standing about here, and there where Paulie and Courtney are. And I'm standing there watching them get booed, and I see this champagne bottle. It was like in slow motion. Woof, woof, woof. And these guys are singing, they just whoop, and it went right past them. And I watched it go past me, and I'm like, God, and they just kept singing.
Damn, yeah, that's all you can do in that moment. Shit,
I also remember the Montreal show being pretty rough too.
that was terrible.
That was the
Montreal
same
show.
situation. Like
Yeah.
they wanted to beat us up or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. They wanted to hear punk music. They wanted to hear punk.
See, you would think that the punk audience would be more aligned with the hip hop audience because it's counterculture.
Yeah.
Maybe in the 80s that was the case, but
Yeah.
in 2000, not so much.
Was Kid Koala on that with you guys?
No. I don't think we've ever. I've toured with him, but I don't think J5 has.
Yeah, J5 has it.
Well, where's Shadow?
He's at home.
Does he live out here?
He lives
I never
in
met him.
San Francisco.
I never met him. Is he a white guy too?
He's white too, yeah.
So not really a shadow.
A white shadow.
He's the white
He's
shadow.
a dark shadow.
Great show, by the way. Damn.
The white shadow?
Yeah.
Remember the white shadow?
Remember the
AV?
White Shadow?
I used to watch that
basketball?
religiously.
Yeah.
Jim Reeves? Ken Reeves, that's right. Yeah, Ken Reeves. That's it. AV's got the mic too late. He has nothing left after Ken Reeves.
We're moving on to the next topic.
No, we can talk about what salami, Coolidge, with the rest of the cast.
Coolidge,
Who else?
salami, yeah, shit, salami. Damn, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Hayward, the guy with
Yeah,
the,
Hayward, damn.
the big fro. Yeah,
What,
that's all-
what
that's all I
about
got.
what
That's all I
about the scariest or weirdest shit that's happened to you on the road, Russ?
Scariest or
What's been
weirdest?
like the thing? Like,
got.
yo,
Wait, time
how
out.
to,
Your questions are amazing, by the way.
yeah, because he's fucking dropping the goddamn ball over here.
I feel like
I gotta
he's
go
the
wipe
guest
his
on this
fucking ass through the
podcast.
podcast. I want a fucking paycheck.
That's why that's why I have this podcast, so I can let you guys talk.
And I was getting ready to drink today and cool out.
You
Now I
should.
know I
You wanna
can't. I
drink?
got to stay sharp for you.
You should get a drink in.
Yeah, what your peanut butter?
Can we
whiskey
get him some
thing?
blind squirrel?
You want some blind squirrel?
I'll take a whiskey. Shit, I'm
Peanut
not-
butter
Moscow Mule or
peanut butter
something?
whiskey. A water.
I'll take whiskey if there's a whiskey.
Real
All
whiskey
this
or
shit
peanut butter
talking.
whiskey?
Yeah, that's perfect.
But
Thank
don't
you.
be fooled by the rocks that he's got.
Oh, now he's really going to
I
start
don't mean to
revving
be.
it
I
up.
don't mean to be demanding. I'm just talking shit.
Just
Whatever's
I don't know,
there, man.
Whatever.
I don't-
You want some Buffalo Trace? That shit's good.
I don't want anything sweet. Just
Give him some Buffalo Trace, Paulie.
Thank you, man. Wait. What about the weirdest shit that's happened to you on the road? Like, what's like the strange?
Well,
like, damn, how did I get here? Like,
Me and AG and Freddie Ricks did a gig. What was it, like 97?
Yeah. Rikers
98.
Island. Rikers Island.
Rikers Island, we did a
Jail.
show.
It's like the
oh,
Alcatraz.
now
in San
that's a
Francisco.
rough
Yeah, of course.
gig, baby. Shit.
Yeah.
And I was
what
like,
happened there?
I tried to be clever
Oh,
in front of a bunch of fucking criminals. I was like, yeah, I just came down. I came in from up north because, that was the old slang for being in jail.
Yeah.
I just got in from up north, Toronto, and they're like, this is a little fucking twisted face. And it wasn't until I started picking on dudes, then I started getting the responses like, oh, okay, I got this. But I was also scared to pick on dudes because I didn't want to get fucking shanked, but I forgot that the COs are all standing on the side with shotguns ready.
Yeah.
Like literally, there's shotguns. Like COs just stand there watching the show with shotguns in case somebody gets up and does some
yeah, but they
stupid
don't
shit.
have real bullets.
I don't know. No, it's not Canada. They have real bullets. In Canada, we have bullets and no guns. So we get our drive-by shootings are just like fucking.
God, Jesus Christ.
We have drive-by insults, drive-by
What about
bullet
you, Luke?
weapons.
I know you must have some strange shit going on your DJ fucking adventures, man. Does something strange happen on the road where you're just like, I can't believe this shit fucking happened?
Oh yeah, a bunch. Nothing I can mention.
Okay.
I mean, I can anyway.
Yeah.
can mention
We
it
all
if you
do.
want.
If you don't have it, I got one from when we toured together.
Why don't you start with that one?
Yeah, Mark.
We played Prince's venue, First Ave.
in Minneapolis?
Thank you, my man. I appreciate that.
Wait a minute. What? What do we do?
We played J5 played First Ave.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
Prince's
T-shirt from
Club.
there.
Right. So we are all getting on the tour bus, putting our shit away, getting ready to, call it a night. And our tour manager says he found a girl underneath our bus.
Dead?
No, just trying to hitch a ride to the next city, which was fucking Denver.
In the
in the dead
luggage
of
bays.
winter.
Wow.
So she was tucked behind the anvil cases, behind the 1200s, behind the mixers, behind all our gear that we travel with.
Was she attractive?
I never saw her. I just was like, I just heard our tour manager going off on her. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it would have been our ass, man.
Yeah, you'd have been.
We would have killed that poor girl.
Yeah, she would have froze to death.
Yeah. We would have been sleeping in a bunk snoring, and she would have woke up in Denver, yo.
Or she wouldn't have woken up.
Yeah, that would have been a. Say again? No, we said we were still at the club. We hadn't left the club yet. We were still in Minnesota.
So yeah,
So that's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
I think it was Lalo that found her.
Who? Probably, yeah. Lalo Medina, our tour manager.
To see, with musicians, you guys always have too many fucking people with you. You got the artists, the DJs.
You got the good low overhead, man. I'm trying to get on the
manager,
Russell
fucking-
bus.
I don't know. We kept it pretty light though. J5 kept it pretty
Yeah.
tight.
How many people would be on tour with you guys?
Just when it was just J5, maybe
12.
11, 12 at the most.
You know what? Now that you say that, I realize I have about 10 or 12
Yeah,
when I'm
that's
fucking
just
on the
you.
road.
Really? That many
Yeah.
people, Russ?
Yeah, because
But
I
you don't got lighting and stuff, do you? And you have
No, I got me, I got the opener, and then we'd have the 2 DJs, then we'd have the 3 cameramen, then Eddie, and my brother, and
Oh, right, because you bring your cameraman. Damn.
right, and then maybe one other person, I guess, right? No, the opener's
no,
already
we
on.
said
So
that already.
that's 10. So we got about 10 people with us, 10
10
people.
deep.
Oh yeah, security. We got
Hey,
11
but that's
people in 10,
that's
11.
actually a pretty comfortable tour bus. 10 is,
And we
once
never
it gets
do
over
tour
that, it
buses.
gets a little funny.
We don't do tour buses.
Oh, so you're flying every spot.
We fly into everywhere.
Yeah,
'cause-
right. Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
PJ, right?
Sometimes. Sometimes we do the PJ, but
And you
like
don't
when it
do
makes
like
sense.
caterers or nothing like that.
Catering, my catering is real easy. It'd be like, just give me some KFC.
And some blind squirrel.
I think you should
Well,
lose.
now
you should
it'll
lose
be
Eddie
blind.
and just get catering, man.
We should definitely lose Eddie. Look, you hear the arrogance in that?
Eddie's he's writing his rhymes over there. Don't mess with
know.
him. He's
You're a homo.
taking it serious. That's how it starts.
Hey, for
Like on some Chuck
No,
D
no,
shit. You're
no.
a homo, and then
No, how it starts is, I'm so fucking drunk.
I gotta hear these demos, man.
Oh, I got him. I'm going to play it for you as soon as we get off. Eddie, can you clear these songs so we can play them on the show?
There's samples in them too.
He has a song. He has a song called "Absurd," but it's spelled U-B, and it wasn't trying to be misspelled. He just didn't know how to spell absurd. He thought absurd was absurd, so I'm sure that was the song. I'm so fucking drunk, and the beats were like those creepy.
Hey, did you see the Warren G thing I posted where he was saying he was finding all Dre's samples?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, we were talking about digging for Dre.
Yeah, you see, he would go.
That's
to,
what
see,
it's called. It's like a little series he does.
No, I don't know.
okay.
It was Ebro posted it, and then I reposted it.
So
but
he's
he
digging
was
for
saying
Dre
that Warren
samples.
G, Dre was like,
He would give him
go find the
$300
goodies,
and tell him to
he
go
would
buy
go see
records.
Kevin.
Yeah, and at A1. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was calling it around the
As the record turns.
as the record turns. Right. Yeah. But wasn't it 8-1 before? Am I bugging?
Yeah, no, it's a different place, but that's where he started, Kevin. Yeah.
As the record turns was how it started.
No, A1 is where he started.
Okay, that's
and
what I
then
thought.
As the record turns
Okay.
is his own place with his
the
wife.
spot
That's what I
called
thought.
A1 Record Finders, right?
I thought I was losing my memory.
Wait,
A1 was on Larchmont and Melrose, and then As the Record Turns is on Hollywood.
And he tried to get you to get in this
gotta-
program for 10 grand.
Yeah, get in his.
What do you mean?
Right.
Well, with 10,000, you give him 10,000. What is a month, a year?
I think it's
a one-time fee.
And he
Nah, it's
and
a
he
year, I
like
think.
digs for record. Like it's like a library. You could take as many records as you want out. But I went in there a couple of times and cleaned out. They had a lot of great
Did you
things
get
in
to
there.
keep the records?
I brought the records.
No. The program was you bring them back. That was the whole deal.
Really?
Yeah.
So take it home, listen to a recorded, sample it, whatever.
Yeah, but I wasn't with the program. Fuck the program.
Yeah.
I brought the records, and I noticed one thing. Like he had a lot of records, so my goal was I brought like 2 copies of each. I seen like 4, 5, 6 copies. So I figured I'm gonna go there the next day and get me another 2, 3 because these records I was buying was expensive records. I went back in there. Literally, he moved all the records that I brought. Like I don't know, he must have hit them or something. They wasn't there. But I remember little Asian
Biz used to
dude,
go there
you know?
too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Biz used to go there as well,
Biz and I
right?
used to go there.
Yeah. Oh, you guys used to go together.
You would go digging with Biz?
All the time.
That's his
Back
buddy.
in 93, 94, I used to ride around in my mom's old 77 Seville with Biz, just hooping around, buying records.
So you didn't grow up with money then?
No.
That's nice to know. That we were all poor at the same time. What about you? No, you were well
Middle
off.
class. My mom came here with nothing, had something, lost it through divorces, then got it back. So now she
Isn't the woman supposed to leave with stuff after a divorce? Wasn't your dad an English teacher?
Yeah, but he wasn't making no money.
No.
Yeah.
But at least he was smart.
Yeah, he was the intellect.
Yeah.
Pops was the intellect. My mom was scrappy and from Iran and knew how to move real estate around a little bit while she worked 45 years at Kaiser.
Wow. 45 years at Kaiser.
Actually, a little shy. I think she was 42, 43.
That's a long time to be doing. I mean, I've been doing stand-up 32.
She's earned her
so
stripes.
Trying to think of how long I've been DJing.
Since you were 11.
Right. So what am I now?
50?
Right.
So that's 39 years?
Well, almost. I'm not 50, actually.
What are you going to do for your
49.
50th, man?
What am I going to do?
Is it this year?
That's going to
Wait,
be
no, it's next year.
That's next year, right? That's right. That's right. I always forget this.
Probably just chill and watch, movies.
Nah, man, we're not letting you do that.
Watch movies from
I'm
your
going
birth
to
year.
have a party here, actually.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
I listen.
Part-
it's always
part
Part
two.
two. Part
Yeah.
two.
I'm down for that. You don't have to convince me to have a party, pal.
What movie do you wish you were in, Russ? What movie you were like, I should have
things I hate
fucking
about you.
been in that shit. My agent should suck a dick for not putting me in that joint.
Well, it's never anybody else's fault. They just either want you or they
She's
don't.
all that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hype up the question. That's
Yeah, I
it.
know. I
Yeah, see, I'm
auditioned.
trying, I'm trying to put, I'm trying to amp this thing up, man. You need some cranking,
this
baby.
is ampless.
Yeah, you guys could chime in at any moment, by the way.
Yeah.
I auditioned for Good Will Hunting back in the day. It was shot in Toronto.
Wow, Russ.
And I was so mad because the scene was, if you remember the movie, there's a scene early in the movie when they're in the university and the teacher writes a math problem on the wall and he
Yeah.
comes in the next day and the problem is solved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
classic scene.
And they say, who did this? And they ask the Indian kid, did you do it? And he goes,
Right.
it wasn't me.
Right. I
I
remember.
auditioned to be that guy.
So wait,
I
do you get a lot of that still? Do you get a lot of that?
I
We need an
don't-
Indian character, and you.
Well, no, he didn't have an accent, but they wanted somebody, I guess, who looked way more Indian because he was darker and had
Okay.
longer hair and stuff. I was like, how the fuck do I not get the
But
scene where I
he,
go,
but he nailed that part
really
because
did.
he was
He really
like,
did.
Convincing.
it wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know, like it was really
I was like,
convincing.
wow.
Hey, well, one thing to know about Luke is he has a photographic memory.
A
man.
phonographic memory.
A phonographic memory.
Phonographic.
I like what you
You know,
did
he
there.
can remember shit from lines from movies. It
Yeah.
bugs
But
me
nothing
out.
yesterday.
Nothing yesterday?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
a
don't
lot
believe
of
that
stuff
about
on the
you,
hard
dude.
drive I gotta
No,
purge.
you're
It's the
I don't
same
believe
shit
that.
in the
Right?
same fucking way.
Yeah, I can recall from back in the
This
day, but I
dude with
can't recall
names,
from.
forget about
2
it.
days ago.
I'm the worst.
What the fuck?
Oh, right. I'm bad
Dude,
with faces. Good with
You're
names.
great with names. He's like he's fucking one of the most amazing,
All right.
record digging cats.
But
Right?
this is-
He remembers the oddball names. Oh, that's the Jeffrey McClanahan fucking
McClanahan.
fucking weirdo fucking.
Yo, you
know,
got that? You got that McClanahan break,
Yeah,
son?
that's something you would say in front of me. And I'd be like, how did
Interesting
you remember
fact, he
that
was
last
married
name?
to Rue McClanahan from Golden
And
Girls.
she put out a record on an Annex label owned by
very
Max
admirable,
Kidd,
Luke.
who was doing go-go records out of Jersey at the time.
Yeah, that's just what I hear on the road with this guy. I learned how to dig through from a cat named Brother Soul. He had a lot of shit. Turned out he knew Lucas as well through Jive Records. And then after meeting Luke, he was like part 2 of the training class. He was like, oh, no, this, and this. So I was like,
Brother
All
Soul
right.
was naming the things we were sampling in an old demo. And I was like, oh, shit, you know that?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Brother
was
Soul?
I was never good at digging. I didn't like it.
Yeah, but you got that cool little
That's what's great at it.
Eric B. and Rakim acetate. I saw.
I mean,
that.
that's
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Eric B gave that to me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Killer Mike was here
That's
last
a big
night.
deal. I saw that, man.
Yeah, he signed my Run the Jewels album that I had here.
That's what's up.
Yeah, no, I could never get into digging. I wanted the records, but it didn't matter to me how I had it. Like if I had a fucking repress, one of those bullshit knockoff compilations. As long as I get the song, I didn't give a shit.
As long as you got the joint.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
would only be mad if
Nothing
it
wrong
was
with
like
that.
those UK pressings that had the really low volume on it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
And sometimes you get those UK pressings and it'd be like a 45 12-inch, and I fucking hated those.
Yeah.
I had 2 Peter Pipers on 45 12-inch. The London pressing.
Oh, wait a minute. So you have to do extra work just to bring it back.
Yeah, I hated that shit.
I mean, I used to go record digging before it was, structured in stores. It was like the back of bookstores, the guy on the side
when
of
it was a
side of the
mess.
road. Yeah, exactly. And I remember I used to go digging with Riz, DJ Riz.
Wow, lucky you.
And we used to come out of these grimy ass spots, and you just get all the soot, in your nostrils and shit. But it wasn't pretty. When they started putting them in stores, all alphabetized, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You guys remember your first time doing like a proper record dig? Like a first time going to a record store and finding a few things that are like, oh, this is this sample or even hip hop shit or whatever. Like you guys remember the first time like mom
in
drove you or you took a bus or you walked downtown or what? Do you remember any of that?
Oh, as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh
Any-
yeah,
I
definitely.
like this thread. This is
There
good.
was this.
I gotta pump it up.
There was a general
Thanks, man.
store called TSS, Times Square Stores, and they had a little record section. And I remember buying what was it? Damn, I think it was like Donna Summer's album on the radio.
Oh, wow,
and it
that's
had-
a big
it had-
old record, yeah.
It had a fold down where she was actually sitting on a jukebox and all that. And
I remember that.
And
Because you could see your toes in it.
Oh, okay, there you go. But yeah, like little mom. I mean, they weren't. They were like stores that we would consider to be like Target or Marshalls, and had a little record section.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a formal record store.
Yeah, we had that at Woolworths.
Yes.
Yeah,
Woolworths.
Woolworths had a
Yeah,
record section.
Kmart had it too back in the day.
Yeah.
The Woolworths section, plastic display thing.
Even Zodi's, I think, had it.
Wow.
What about you, Luke? What was do you remember your first like time like wow, I just went
what
record shopping.
was the
like,
record that got me hooked? Well, at first I was like a chump. I was digging at Tower and Warehouse. Like I didn't know about.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I was coming up at those places.
Yeah,
like
Music Plus, baby.
Look, no, check it out. The Warehouse in Baldwin Hills. Whoever was doing the buying there, major props because I was finding things like Trouble Funk and I found Scratching of the Funk there, stuff like that. You know, Cash Money record. But anyway, I think it was World of Records, which was. Across the street from LACC, they had a basement. So there was this place, World of Records, and you had to kind of, when the certain person was working there, you could go down there, and anything was $1.
Really?
And so we were finding things like Funk Incorporated first album, whatever, Sealed Fatback Band, Rufus Thomas, whatever. And for $1, so I would get my little, $8, take the bus, and come out with 8 records, but there were 8 heaters. Yeah. And I was like, 14? At the time, so
see, I would always look at like people go, "Oh, this is the break for whatever,"
right?
And I'm like, "What the fuck am I gonna do with it?"
Right?
I was like, "Okay, I got it, but what am I gonna do with it?"
When I first met Luke,
I was that dude.
Well, he took it a step further. When I first met him, I want to hear what you got to say too, Ness, about this. When I first met Luke, he was recreating full rap songs with all the original breaks.
Yeah.
Live?
This was so after Brother Soul. I got like the training wheels from him. And I was like, why are you remaking De La Soul's piece?
No, it was one of those things where
hell?
it was like I wanted to know how they did it, so I tried to figure out all the elements they used and do a total.
It's genius.
You reverse construct.
Yeah, he reversed.
So one of the ones was Oodles of O's, right?
That
so
was
I was like
incredible.
the Tom Waits Diamonds on My Windshield.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I sampled that, and then I sampled the Voodoo Non-Break, but I was like, that doesn't sound right. So then I realized they sampled Nobody Beats the Biz, which samples the Voodoo
Steve Miller.
Non-Break, but you can hear the
background
over it. And so I was like, okay. And then the heartbeat, boom, boom, under it. Like the genius that went into that shit. I didn't really fully realize until I took all the steps to deconstruct
I thought
it.
after meeting you that it was genius that you were doing it because, we all hit these strides of where you're not really motivated,
Right.
but you want to keep your
And
sword.
that was one of the
keep your sword
exercises I did to do that.
Yeah, it was an exercise. You want to keep your sword sharp.
Yeah, right.
And it was an exercise you did, and I was just like puzzled. Like, why would you want to?
Biting is like, we all got chastised for biting, man. But I mean, it is.
No,
one
but you
of the,
weren't doing it on a
it's
level
one
where
of
it's
the
like, this
best
is my shit. You were doing it
ways
because
to
you
sharpen
wanted to
your
be.
sword sometimes.
Yeah.
A good one, another one I did was Just Hanging Out, Main Source.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
Figured out how he chopped around the Gwen McCrae voices.
Yo, Ness, the way he was doing it though was like, this is the record, but sounding more punchier. Like it was like legit.
Yeah.
Were you
legit.
doing it, recording it, and doing it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a live performance thing. It was more like just tracking it. It's in my drum machine.
There's a mixtape that I have by this guy named United States of Audio,
Oh,
and
that's a weird name.
he did the 3 Feet High and Rising album.
He reconstructed all of
You
it.
heard
thing.
it? It's fucking dope. I'll give you guys. I'll email it to you. It's so ill. Like
Damn.
Punchier.
literally every sample down to like the interviews and the sound bites.
He found all the records.
Every single record.
Immediately.
Yeah,
the whole fucking,
every single record, and he would play them, and then he would mix the track in. But the way he did it wasn't as simple as that. It was far more
Right.
intricate. That was kind of dope. I would only like
When did he do that?
on the 25th anniversary of the album, so like five years ago, I guess.
Okay.
What about New York, Ness? What was your first dig that
Well-
you can remember? That you're like, wow, I'm
I
hooked.
mean, I was using the cheat code in the early years. The cheat code was the break beats. So I would go down 42nd Street, Music Factory, and see Stan with the glasses, and ask him what was the new records that he got in. It was either rap or was new
wave?
the break beats. And they had different sections in there. So I started off with the break beats. I think as time went on and I got more into digging, that's when I wanted originals. I ain't want the break beats no more. You wanted original records because we started to learn that the repressing and the break beats, sometimes the quality wasn't as good as the original. The original is stereo. It was just a beefier sound with the originals, especially the 45s. So if you found something on 45, it sounds way heavier than it does on the album. So yeah, I started off in the Music Factory and then that jazz wave came in
That hit
and
hard. Yeah.
then that's when we was all buying jazz.
Yeah.
That's when I learned about Cal Jada and the CTI wave and Miles Davis.
So how competitive were the record fairs in New York? Like, when
Like
you guys
Roosevelt?
would all, yeah, like right. Because like we would hear things on the West Coast and like Cut and I would be like, well, we got a lot of catching up to do because they're finding heat on the East Coast. So like when I met him, it was, well, for me, I'll just speak for me. It was like we got a lot of catching up to do. Me especially, I was like, man, I got a lot of find a lot of breaks. But I can imagine it was very competitive.
Well,
at
plus,
the
I mean,
fairs.
that wasn't it. T-Ray would be like, yo, you had Prince B, Juju, Tip. You like all the major heads were there,
Beat Miners.
picking up joint, and it was like,
Yeah, like
that's
like,
a lot of.
What did that feel like? Was it competitive like that to find the illest shit, like to find the Galt McDermott?
It's
yada,
crazy
yada?
because when I go back into that time, I think about me, Buck, and LP. We would hang out all the time. Easy LP,
Right.
and we would hang out all the time. So we would literally be in a club Saturday night, hanging out, drinking. You know what I'm saying? Mess with the broads, and then be like, "Yo, we're gonna get back up at like
5 a.m.,
4:30,
Yeah.
5 a.m. And literally, I be in the crib. Yo, we downstairs, 4:30 a.m. We at the Roosevelt by like 5:30, and it was crazy because the opening early fee would be at 8 o'clock, and I think it was $20. We were literally like handing dudes $60.
Same with
Like,
Park,
look,
yeah.
man, we just want to get in here now. And the advantage was that all the records were still covered. Dealers were still setting up, and we're in their crates before anybody comes. By the time the early bird shit at 8 come, we're leaving with stacks of records.
Your whole shit was you were just the early bird. That was your whole.
Yeah,
There wasn't
you
it wasn't
had to
like
be.
crabs fighting in a barrel. It was just like you guys got there earlier. You got the heat and you bounced.
You got there earlier. It's some
So
fucking
you got in
dealers.
before everybody. You were a premature
By 10
evacuator.
a.m. when the doors open, it's already over.
Some
like-
dealers, but see, we caught on because what dealers would do, let's say Russ is a dealer,
Yep.
and you got a lot of rare records, but you don't know the value of your records.
Right.
You have dealers in there that will pick through other dealers' records, reprice your records, and put them in their crates.
Right.
So now what's happening is something you sold, let's say Chemist for $5 is now in Chemist crate for like $60 because you don't know the value. So that's what kind of made it possible why we had to go early. When I couldn't get in dealers, I couldn't get into conventions early. I didn't want to go because I already knew what other dealers was doing. And now I got to pay extra because he's in there early.
Yeah.
And then
That's the earliest you can go.
dealers was doing fly shit. So
Yeah.
let's say Newmark here. Oh, I'm going to sell records. Newmark coming in with fucking 2 crates of bullshit. And he's just using
Sounds
that
like me.
to get in. And he's raiding everybody else's crates because he got that access that you don't have. So, no, it was very
So this is
competitive.
interesting because when I first linked up with Cut, he was like, basically like, "Yo, man, I'm leaving at 4:30. So what the fuck are you gonna do?" Like he was like, he wouldn't say, "Meet me at my crib." He would just say, "Yo, I'm leaving at this time. Are you coming or you're not?" And so it would kick me in my ass to wake up the very few times that I'd wake up early after whatever debauchery happened the
I'm
night
quite
before.
sure when he-
and then when I watched Cut dig, and he would go, "Yo, you want to hear what I found?" And he would play the shit. I would just be like, "Yo, what the fuck is that break?" Like,
Early bird, baby.
yeah. And so this is like full circle for me, Ness, because I was always curious when Cut would play me the break, or I would find something cool, and we would talk about Pete Rock. We would talk about you. We would talk about,
Large professor.
Large Professor and everybody. What was happening exactly on the East Coast? Like, were you guys put in like we knew you guys were putting in the early hours, but what was the climate? And so this is like full circle for
It
me.
was expeditions, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Roosevelt is one aspect of it. We would hit another spot called a jazz center where you go in this building and literally you go into this like office type space. And it's nothing but jazz records. And we would hit that.
Would you see like Tip? Would you see like all
You would
P-Rock? Would you
bump
see like
into-
cats like,
It depends.
Yeah.
Sometimes you bump into some artists in the
Yeah.
weirdest places.
Yeah. Us too then.
Did you
Okay,
go in
yeah.
knowing what you were looking for though?
Somewhat. You got a list of the shit you looking for,
Right.
and then you
guys are-
took
you guys are
chances
brothers.
on a lot of
Oh,
shit.
hell yeah.
But that's based on what? The record cover?
The record cover, the artist and the producer, the musicians that's playing on it,
The label.
the label.
Producers a year was a big
The
one.
funky stuff was what 69 to like 73 or
73,
74. So you had like a timeline, a span of what you was looking for, but
And it was like that with a lot of genres. Would you agree?
then you think you got it, and then you get this wave of European shit.
Oh, that was.
Then
was
you
a
get
rough
this
wave, yeah.
of fucking sound libraries. You get this wave of soundtracks. So every time you think I'm on top of the game, they throw something else at you. I mean, even to this day now, I buy records, but now it's like I tell people that's starting collectors, if you go digging with me, you're gonna have more fun than I'm gonna have because
Absolutely.
I know all this shit.
Yeah.
So I got 3 copies of this too. and
you
I'm
can
just
pass them the
throwing it
drum
to
break.
you.
You're like, you know this, and
Yeah.
you give it to them.
Like you go far enough, and before you know it, you're like Beatles covers from Bolivia only. You know, like that's my shit.
Yeah, no, seriously.
bag.
Kenny Dope hit me
Only
with,
Persian anthem trance.
Kenny Dope was like, "Yo, Russ, when you go to India, I got this record shop I like to go." I go, "What?" He's like, "Yo, you never listen to Indian funk?" I'm like, "What? I didn't know we
you
fucking
can
had
find it
shit."
in
should have
Fashion
listened to
77 or a similar beat, or something.
Yeah, I literally didn't know, and I thought he was kidding, and I was like, "You're kidding, right?" He's,
Kenny's
"Nah."
the man to listen
The
to.
Videsh soundtrack. No,
But
Indian
that was the blessing too, is traveling. Because a lot of stuff that by the time I make it to Cali or make it to New York, it's just little next to nothing. But if you go to the spot where these records was created,
Right.
you run into all that shit. So we had like a trade shit going on. Like if I go into certain record stores in New York, they had all these high priced records on the wall. Cool. Now, if I'm out scavenger hunting, Japan, Europe, I'm seeing the same records for like a fraction of what's being sold. So I would come back to New York with a ton of records and basically trade them into the record store for credit. So it was a way of like stacking up. I might have like 1,500, 2,000 in credit. So when I'm going to the record stores now, I'm using the credit versus using my money.
Right.
So that's what we also did with digging.
I remember we had one trip where, thank God, we were out there 98, 99, something like that. When we went to Mr. Bongo for the first time.
Oh, 90s,
in
97, 97.
And Cut was like, yo, we got to go here because this is going to be like...
The basement access. They said we could
but
go in
there
the
was,
basement.
but your tone was different because I know you. You said something like,
I was like, I'm going to be on the train at 3. You're coming or not?
well, no, that for sure. All that was there always. That
used
was,
to go to
that
Mr.
was part of
Bongo.
but
a great
you
store.
said something like, this is going to be the tentacles to our digging trip or something like that. And I was like,
Well, it was our first trip overseas. So
Right.
to see what
right.
they consider digging
Yeah.
and to get from that, pull from that, it was I knew it was going to be a big deal because...
And it was because we had
it was
discovered
huge. I saw
libraries
It was
on
the
that
first
trip.
time I saw things like Spider D, Rapple, and shit
Yeah.
like that.
The JBL soundtrack.
or the
and
first time I've ever seen the Jake Wade and the Soul Searchers
yeah, the
45.
7-inch, the
and they had a
green-
box. So we're like,
Yeah.
oh, we'll take doubles of that shit.
Yeah. That's right. That was that trip.
Yeah.
Man, fucking solid
And
memory.
for them, it was just like, "Oh, thank God we can dump
Yeah,
this
they're
shit."
like, yeah.
Well, that's it. That's just it. They're like, you
Because
guys
we
don't know
sold
this?
all the copies to everybody out here that wants them.
Right.
So thank God these chumps are coming in and, Johnny come latelys.
I remember
yeah.
bringing
And I know all the, how many got? 2 listeners? 1.5 on this?
Oh, there's Mr.
3 and 2.
Bongo.
Hey,
Oh, there- Mr.
yeah,
Bongo,
look,
that's
it's old stomping grounds.
Old
sir.
Soho.
Yeah. Shouts to Hugh.
Yeah, Hugh.
I used to get
Tony
mixtapes there,
Vegas,
too.
too.
Tony Vegas, yeah.
And Bullets.
And did you go to
Lawrence.
Black Market too?
Wait, was Vegas working there at that time?
He was doing the buying. So I met
my God. I didn't
Tony
know that.
Vegas in LA because he was doing the buying for Bongo.
Wow, that
Did
was
you
slipped
go?
by
Did you
me.
go? Used to go to Black Market Records too?
In
London?
Is that in Camden?
No, it's not. It's all in the fucking same area.
Okay.
There was a DJ there, Nicky Black Market.
But I mean, I remember after that, Luke, we were fucking cleaning house.
Nah, but you know who hit me to the European shit was T-Ray. I was like, what the fuck is all this? Like Guru
But
and all
so
that shit.
before we went to the UK, before J5 blew up on the EP or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it was T-Ray that was like, yo, you got to go see Mr. Bongo? Was
No. He was just hipping me to things like French and
Okay.
Belgian breaks.
Right. Yeah. Well, that was a good time.
Yeah,
and
it
you're
was
right, Ness. The fucking European shit was a whole nother fucking level.
And then you go to Japan and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Japanese shit? All right.
Japanese animation.
Japanese animation.
If you could go anywhere and dig right now, Ness, where would you go? Like if you could just get on a plane and just bounce, like I'm going to go there, go to that shop, or no, you don't have to name the shop. Go to that territory.
It's always Japan.
Yeah, me too.
I found a spot in Melbourne, Australia that has some shit. Yeah. You know, but it's Japan because what happened is
Doesn't Japan overcharge for everything though?
No.
Because what they do is
They don't
come here and shop for months at a time.
Yeah. Well,
They dig in the rarest warehouses and spots and they take it all back to Japan. So some of the rarest stuff that you looking for, when you walk in the store, the shit is just like waving at you. It's like somebody coming out to the United States and going to all the stores that got all the Jordans that you might not know. And they finding all the Jordan in these weird mom and pop stores that you don't know about. Yeah. And they take that shit back to Japan and you walk in and you see every Jordan you ever thought of and you go, oh shit. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit pricey,
but it's not rare.
Whatever you want,
as rare.
It's gonna you're gonna see it there. And it's gonna be so blatantly waving at you, you're gonna just like, I can't believe that this is the record I've been looking for 20 years.
And Japan does it. I
Yeah.
found 2 copies of the Invaders album original on the same day, and I've never seen that record in my life. And boom, the same day. I mean, they were $1,000 a pop, but I was like, I'm buying them because
You bought them both for $1,000 each?
No, I traded one for a 45, and the other one I bought. So
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
145.
the Vern Blair debate. I can't remember the name. Super funky.
Nah, they really up on the culture out in Japan, especially with digging, hip hop, even fashion. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And it feels weird to go to a spot outside the United States that celebrate the culture harder than the
Anybody in
United States.
Yeah.
Harder
That's
is
the whole rest of the world.
than the whole. Yeah, I mean, harder is an understatement. They just everything's
the
minty
gear,
fresh.
the music, the whole culture of it, and it's like, damn, man. But like I call the United States the spoiled capital because we get everything, get it 24/7. Don't appreciate it after a while because you get so much of it until you go somewhere else and you see how it's still relevant. They
coveted.
They got
but you know,
like
also a lot of that is a testament to like what, call it 87, 88, when we were like, not the birth of hip hop was much earlier than that, but when it was really, you know, oh my God, Fat Boys and all this shit was happening, and beatboxing is new and breakdancing
84.
is really new. You know, yeah, 84, you know, like when everything was brand new, we were looking at all that shit. And even new wave music, all the births of the 80s, mid 80s, they were like, okay, America, let's go grab all that funk and soul for 10 cents on the
it's
copy, right? I mean,
it's crazy, and it might be blasphemy for me to say this, but if you was to have a b-boy competition right now,
yeah.
some of these people out in Japan are just...
Oh, come on. Korea's number one.
Korea is crazy.
Numero uno.
How can something be created in the United States and then you go and you see some extraterrestrial shit in fucking Korea or
The
fucking
Korean
Japan?
b-boys are fucking ridiculous.
Next
They pretty much fly.
Ridiculous.
There's a clip you need to play. Some Korean b-boys.
Yeah, that guy Physics.
Yeah, the shit they do is just
Kid named Physics.
beyond imagination. And
But the
you-
States has always been on the new
You can put breakdancers,
thing,
Eddie.
the new release, the new trap joint, the new dance, the new. It's always been that. That's always been the way of the U.S., right? I mean,
What,
so
what are you saying?
we're-
Like we're the inventor?
You spelled physique.
Nah,
there it is right
we're-
there.
a good amount
Third
of the
one.
times I'll say in the 80s we were definitely inventing like crazy,
This is that kid Physics. This guy's fucking
with the exception of
ridiculous.
his
Physic.
physics. Let's see
I
what he
think
does.
he just spelled it that way on purpose. To keep it hip hop.
the names.
I'm a nerd for this shit. Oh, yeah.
just to see that clip, to see him doing what he's doing
A fucking
With
elbow
the-
spin.
with the gear on.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay. Wow.
You don't see elbow spins.
Nah.
Ever.
You know,
there was never a
so-
moment when he goes, spin on your elbow.
Yeah, right.
It'd have been a joke.
Oh shit,
The
he's
shit
walking on
they
air,
be
dude.
doing is just fucking just crazy.
Oh, that guy tested physics with that movie.
Man, I think it's seldom that the inventor is the perfecter, though. They're always two different things.
Yeah,
so
I went to
the inventor always gets the fucking short end of the clip, right?
Right.
Either because the next guy comes along, perfects it, makes it.
He goes, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let me add this to it."
yeah, and make it whatever.
Yeah, I went to a beat battle in Russia, right? So they got me as one of the judges, and I'm like, first of all, I'm coming from here. I'm like, okay, this shit gonna be corny. The fuck they doing in Russia? I got some clips of the shit they was playing and they was doing, and every person that was in a beat battle is like a drummer. They're playing the sample and the drums and they're finger drumming. And the shit was ridiculous. Wow. Like here you go to a beat battle, they play the beat and they just sit there and nod their head.
right?
He just hits play.
Yeah, and
I
Russia,
stopped finger drumming in 2003, baby.
in Russia, they was doing the finger drumming with some weird drum machines and stuff. Like they had little boxes and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? So
Ness, who's an artist you wish you would have produced for, or wish you could produce for now? It doesn't matter what era.
an artist.
Yeah, any artist, solo, group, whatever.
Doesn't even need to be hip hop.
Yeah, anything.
That's tricky. It's
I know.
real
I've always wanted to
tricky.
ask you this specifically because you've been immersed in this shit for a
I
minute.
worked with some of the greatest, from
No.
Big to maybe Jay-Z in the early years. I'm not saying Jay now. I would still work with Jay now, but the Jay back then, I think I would have had more to offer Jay because the way the culture was going. It would have been Jay, Pun. It's
Fun.
people to fill out my bucket list of artists that I truly appreciate.
But you knew Pun.
Yeah, I knew Pun, but it was like, the thing about DITC is like when we got together, we put each other on. We ain't ever look at really branching out.
Right.
You got honorary members. When you think of digging, you got Premier, of course, he's number one. You got Brand Nubian, between my alliance with Poober and Diamond alliance with Sadat and how we all cool. You could say Brand Nubians is a part of digging. The digging aspect with Walt and Evil, we used to always dig together. So you could put Black Moon into that with, beat miners. Same thing, especially with Large Professor, because he's a mentor of mine. He's the one that taught me a lot about producing besides Show. So Show and Large is the reason why I am the way I am when it comes to production. And of course, you elevate and evolve as time goes on. But all these people, you could say they digging, You could say they digging.
What about you, anybody you wish you
You never
on the
made beats at
record.
UAV?
Yeah, I actually did make a couple of tracks back in the day. Had some placements on what were some of the placements we had, like and one mixtapes. Because you remember how whatever they were showing on the clips, you'd have some of those hip hop sounding beats in the background. Yeah, so I had some beats placed on that. Did some tracks for Elder Sensei. What else? Got a track on Master Ace's Disposable Arts tour.
I
Disposable
still
Arts.
feel like Master
You're on
Ace
the
is,
Disposable Arts album?
Yeah.
What song?
It's called I Like That.
Master Ace keeps putting out dope shit.
Oh, he
Yeah.
stays consistent.
Right,
Master
Eddie?
Ace is dope.
He
He
stays
keeps putting out dope
consistent.
shit. Like,
Matter of fact, Master Ace is the reason Eddie and I became friends.
really?
Now we're not friends, but we started off as friends. Be- I go, what do you know about this? I see Master Ace on there. And then we started just quoting the skits from that album.
The fucking David McCullum
Wow,
flip
you
he
mean
did
the
was
Brooklyn?
ridiculous.
Wow!
The Paul Barman skits?
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat.
Wow.
Something that goes with that. I'm more funky than a 4-year-old yoga mat.
And I used to DJ for that guy, Paul Barman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know the real person.
Barman.
I got more
Wow.
bounce
I
than a
haven't heard that name in a
64-ounce
while.
Tropicana. Papa Santa is just propaganda.
We used to do like all the college circuits.
Yeah. It's a good circuit to do.
It was interesting.
What about you, Luke? Someone you would? Yeah, I know that's a big question for you, bro.
Who would I wouldn't want to produce for Ozomali. No, Jeez. That's a tough one, man.
I know it is. That's why I asked it.
I don't know. Lord Finesse. Lord,
Nah.
That
you know
is-
what?
you're in good company.
A super group of all the digging MCs. Okay, so like, check it out.
That's fun.
Yeah, let's say I know Pasta News digs. All right.
Does
Lord, Yeah, Lord Finesse. Drez is a digger, also.
Not a hard R, please.
Puba.
Puba.
Puba's a
Puba's
dig.
an underrated producer.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
Are you talking about Puba right now, Ness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think of One for All, that's Puba.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's
Yes.
listen to that flip.
When
That
you
beat's
think of
fucking
what
dope.
goes around comes around, that's
Yeah.
Puba.
Wow.
He seemed to be aligned with the whole everything. Well, growing up on those 12 inches, I was just like, he
had
just
an
seemed
ear.
aligned.
Anybody that could pick out that part of the James Brown song and go, that could be a song and make it all for one is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, nah, Puba is an underrated producer, especially when he came with What Goes Around Comes Around, where, you know, they chopped up Tramp and then they had the bass line and even the Gladys Knight thing. And Puba told me he reached out to Gladys Knight, and that's how he got it cleared.
Oh, word. That's how
She's
it
a
went
really
down.
nice
Damn.
lady,
Wow.
Gladys.
But you know who I'd want to sit in a room with and just watch him work?
Yeah.
45 King.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah.
I can make that happen if you want.
That's
I mean, I can make it happen. I
you
know
go.
him, but just like
Yeah.
he's probably the number one influence in my entire life.
he's a scientist. He's singularly focused on fucking doing ill
Mark
shit.
is that guy who has that kind of. He can just. He sit there and he could be the only one in the room. You could be in the room with 10,000 people. He'll be the only person in that room.
That can pick up on something and translate it into
Yeah.
something that everybody would love.
That's right.
The only other person I know that I've met and saw that in action was Biz. Like, you could play Biz a bunch of shit, and he'll pick out something you'll never in a million years
You
pick
wouldn't
up.
think of.
Right, and he'll be like, "No, that part right there, that's the part you lose."
That's the hook. That's the that's
and
the,
he's right.
That's the
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the chorus. That's the fucking meat and potatoes of this beautiful song.
But
Yeah,
I'll tell
yeah.
you, 45 King is the person that inspired me to want to make music. Before that, I was just DJing it. But when I
Wow,
heard
man.
cool,
I don't think I knew that about you.
yeah, I just realized it. Like after a lot of self reflection, I was like, "Who
For
is
me, it
the
was
number
Molly.
one?"
Yeah,
I mean, Marley made.
yeah.
Now Marley's like made some of my favorite records, of course.
I don't
But
understand-
I didn't want to make records when I heard the Marley Marl records because I
Right.
didn't think I could do it.
Yeah, his shit was very
But when I heard the
unattainable.
45 King stuff, I was like, "That's a Cool in the Gang sample. I got that record." Or I could connect.
So it was
to
inviting
it in a way.
to you. Okay.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Okay, so
Yeah, makes sense.
anyway, 45 King, respect.
DJ Mark, the 45 King.
Hit it, Mark.
He's such a sweet guy though.
He's incredible.
He sent
I
me
love
a-
his videos when he's like burning his cookies, like he's baking burnt cookies. It's so wild.
He sent me a little 45 King 45 case recently, and he made me some jacket, like a yellow
Oh, wow.
nylon jacket that he made for me. It has my name on it and sent it to me.
I would love to hear his first record, which is a 45 he put out in '84.
Oh man,
I think it's just called Funky Beat. But
I don't know nothing about
that's got to be like one of the rarest hip hop records out
I'll
there.
ask him if he has one.
I don't think he does.
I'll tell you a rare record, and I don't know who got it, but it's a record with Show and Diamond rapping together. No Digging members, just them.
Oh boy.
Before,
Show
Like-
rapping.
yeah, before like Digging in the Crates record, it was just Show and Diamond on, I think it was this Headhunters joint. They're going back and forth.
Oh shit.
And it was so crazy because I never knew either one of them was rapping. And I used to have it on cassette. I don't know where it's at, but
So
that's
maybe it's
like,
an acetate only or something.
They ain't even make it to acetate,
Okay.
just cassette.
Wow.
I need to use the restroom.
Well,
This is good.
well, our podcast host is leaving.
Yeah,
He's got-
so-
so I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
Listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode of Newmark's Culturally Cancelled.
There we go.
Now let's start this podcast.
Let's get this shit going.
All right.
I got a quick question.
Thank God that loser's
I got a
gone.
quick
Huh?
Wow,
Wow.
hogging the mic.
What a
Finesse.
weirdo.
We don't
The
need
time
any
you
of
had
that.
that battle with Percy Pete in front of the projects, was
Right.
that planned? Like that whole, because I saw a video on, I think it was like YouTube. Was this something you guys already had mapped out?
It was anticipated. It was like AG battled this man and beat his partner.
Right.
So me and AG was running around battling people at a point like before Funky Technician. So that battle was set up between me and Percy, and it was so set up in advance that we kept missing each other. Like he actually came to my project and just completely just demolished somebody.
Did you ever see the video?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
This shit is amazing.
There was a rematch. Yeah.
Well, that rematch is just
That's-
a rehash for
In the same
SBX.
place, right?
It was like June, the dude that shot it was doing a college project,
Right.
and he
okay,
wanted
okay.
to rehash the battle,
yeah.
and that's what it is. It's but it ain't really a battle. It's just us just rhyming.
But there is video of the
But the
original
original
89
battle
one.
is in '89, the year before. The day before the seminar.
Oh, shit.
Did you do the seminar that year?
Oh, is that
Yeah,
it?
that's Percy P. So when I seen this dude, he got on like a fucking silk shirt and fucking slacks. I'm like, I'm gonna bust this dude ass. And when he started rhyming, I ain't gonna front, man. This dude was like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, he was unique.
I told you.
Is he based out here now?
Yeah, he's out here.
That's me at like 19 years old.
Look at this, Neil.
That's you? Oh, shit.
Percy and Finesse in 89.
Word. This is what I want to see. This is my kind of fucking party. Sorry, Russ.
Here we go.
Yeah, I first heard Homicides in 88 when Molly played it, or Red Alert.
Educational, here to awaken you on top of you, rocking you, here to get popular. You ask me pictures that with binoculars, whatever's clever, here to reign terror. I get better, cause I'm well put together. Nifty, wise, a soul survivor. For finesse, I'm going out like MacGyver. Terrific, not egotistic. To be specific, yo, I'm greatly gifted, commentator, dictator, creator, cause I'm greater. With the rhymes that are based on data or info, cause I rock a smooth tempo. And like that,
With the ice cream truck in the back.
That's how it's ghetto.
Yeah.
Who's that standing behind you?
I don't need to try to rap, cause I'm fried that. So on the strip, you better quad that. Here to tempt you
Yeah, it's
19 with
incredible.
dimples, rocking fresh rhymes, funky but quite simple.
Yeah, he went first.
Check him out. Check out how he was rhyming there.
One step ahead.
Y'all were fucking nice from Jump Street. Jesus Christ.
I get Punani plus keep the currency. So who has the audacity to come after me and think about ragging me? That takes strategy and sly. Eminent, skilled, not an immigrant. Always on intelligent, but not equivalent to me because I'm treacherous, swift, and impetuous. I'm a rap specialist, but I bet you this poet gets better, swifter than ever. I'm so clever.
I changed the battle because he fucked up, and his man was. I'm like, nah, you can't. What's going on? That changed the scope because lyrically, he was somewhere else. I was like, God damn.
Where can we trace his style back from? What are his influences? What, like Super Lover C?
Percy's?
No, man.
I mean, because I know there's a lot of like da 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 da. That's, you know, I heard that in like Do the James a little bit. Kumo D or
Super
Kool
Lover
Keith,
C.
I think, is in there a little bit as well with,
But
you know, talk about like hydrogen and like all this other weird
They
scientific
used to lose me
shit.
when they would start doing that shit.
You know,
I was like, you're getting a little out there for me,
I
kid.
think that's what kind of made the battle interesting is because he was so advanced. He was going over everybody's head with all the scientific shit. And I'm just hitting people with punchlines you could just straight up visualize me saying, and you going, oh shit, that was funny.
Yeah.
His shit, you trying to fucking dissect one line, he like 30 lines ahead
That's
now.
right,
You
yeah.
go, okay, I got that line, and he finished by then. It's like
I think Purse is
he was
like
just too over people's head.
I think Purse was like one of the he had one of the best pockets out of the MCs out there. Like he had some
But his
incredible
song, he couldn't-
patterns, like
I
really
remember
incredible
I bought
patterns.
Percy P, Can We See You? And I was like,
Yeah, I
It
mean,
didn't translate. It didn't translate.
yeah, but a lot of freestyle guys couldn't
when
translate.
I
like that.
look at him, I look at Black Thought the same way, right? Love Black Thought, probably one of the best MCs right now out.
Would you put Black Thought in your top 5, Ness?
Yes, right now, yes.
Right now?
Right now, yes. I mean, only thing is like if I'm doing a record with you, Black Thought, you can't do 1,000 bars. We gotta keep it simple. He'll rhyme
Right.
for like 100 bars, and it's like that's the thing. And I think he's dope, but I
He's
think
not really like that on record though. I mean, he has a structure too. I mean, he's with the Roots. I mean, and with his joints, you know.
Yeah, but he did a track with Royce, I remember. And
Oh, with Royce.
yeah, he
Royce
he
is an
just-
amazing MC.
It's Royce's birthday
It
today.
is
Yeah,
thought
I
on
it
think
Royce's
that,
birthday?
Royce's birthday
Black
today.
Thought went last, right?
Happy birthday, Royce. Where's the camera? Happy birthday, Royce.
They're all around us.
I'm a fan, baby.
This isn't
Happy
going to air till
birthday.
well after, but
Salute.
Well, shit.
I already
Happy
texted
belated.
Nah, but I'm impressed with the culture, especially impressed with artists like Royce and Thought and still Jay Electronica, even though I don't know what Jay is doing. But I did get a confirmation if I was working on something, he's in. So hey, I guess I'll be calling that coupon that favor, you know.
That's a good coupon.
you got some
Yeah.
credit with Jay Electronica.
That's some good coupon right there.
Yeah, one of my favorites. Like I said, Royce, Thought, of course, Pharaoh, and the new dude, my boy R.J. Payne, Problem.
I got another question for you, Finesse. For a joint like Actual Fact, do you wait for everybody else to go and then you wrote yours? Because you were the last guy to
It
run.
was already written.
Okay.
Like, one thing I could say about, like, and I'll say Big L the same way, whatever was written was written. It wasn't no, oh shit, I heard his verse, I gotta rewrite my shit. I know I was confident that I got enough bars and punchlines where I don't care what you come with, I'm good. You know, only one I think who came in, but I still started the record off. He just ended the record was KRS One on Brainstorm, where I'm straight up. That's the teacher. It's my record, but I'm gonna let you end it. You know, because I had that much love and respect still for Chris. You know.
Because the ending, the Actual Fact was just so smooth. It was just like, damn.
It was just some of my favorite artists, man. Large, Puba, Sadat. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm going to have fun. This is going to be fun. It was more like a fun record.
The video was crazy. I love the video.
It was a fun record because it was like, I give Neil Levine, the owner, penalty, just all the props for him signing me as a president of a label, him personally saying, I want Lord Finesse, not like an A&R, like, hey, we got Lord Finesse. It's like, nah, he available, bring him here. And it was basically telling me, just do whatever you want, and we gonna market around whatever you do. Right. This is your situation to control. So at the end, I was like, yo, man, I want to do a record with Puba, Sadat, and Large Professor. And he was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And he was like, yeah, I'll draw up some paperwork. I'm like, nah, we can't do it like this. I'll show you how we gonna do it. I need the money. This is the budget, and I need it in cash. Because that's the way I knew I could get the feature to work. And I think people could do that now. Have it cash. So as they came in and did their verse, their money was in an envelope. Bow. Nice. Their money was
I used to get paid in cheesesteaks only.
Yeah.
Only when you're in Philly.
So it's kind of similar.
So, I mean, right now, if you was to do that with artists right now and say, look, I got that bag for you, just come in and give me 16, who's not going to do that? Yeah. But it's like, no, you do mine, I do yours, and then I got to fight when it's time for a person to return the favor. Yeah. Cash is like money on the wood make the game look good,
Oh, shit. That's the name of the episode.
In the video, you had Evil D doing the cuts. Was that him actually doing the cuts in the song?
Who did Actual Fact? Nah, that was my boy Ahmed Timberland. Okay. But yeah, I had a lot of people in the video. It was fun. If you look at that video, Actual Facts, it's Akinelli, it's Big L, it's Evil D, it's Fat Man Scoop before the Fat Man Scoop as we know today. Wow. It's fucking Fat Joe on the bass, Diamond on the drums, KRS-One on the pianos. You had AG there.
What the hell? KRS on the pianos. Damn.
Yeah, you had Sadat.
That was the nightclub scene thing? Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at all the people that was in the video, and we was just all chilling. Had a little scram there, Akinelli dancer. It was a complete vibe of just all your friends. That's what I found out to do videos, when you with your friends, it's natural. If they got you in some remote location, shoot, look hard.
Yeah.
In this scene, we want you to act. That shit is corny. But when you're around a situation you familiar with, it's fun.
Yeah.
Even when y'all not shooting, it's fun. And to the point they're going, damn, we should have been shooting this because this shit is fun, you know? So
Okay, I got one last question. Record that you wish you would have produced.
the record I would have produced.
You wish you would have produced.
Damn.
Damn, that's
It's a tough one.
first of all, you're gonna think I'm gonna go hip hop, but I'm gonna go Quincy Jones
There
and
you
say
go.
Thriller.
Okay.
Yeah. Shit.
I wish I produced Thriller. Shit, who
Motherfucking
wouldn't?
Thriller was a fucking beast.
Yeah.
The song or the album? The album, right?
The album.
Yeah, the whole album.
Oh, you went with the whole album? That's
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
you're
that's
so
all-
greedy.
yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
greedy.
I mean, beat it. Going, hey, let's call up Van Halen and have him do it.
You called me one night, or you texted me one night, say, "Yo, have you heard how ill the fucking arrangement is on Beat It?" You hit no.
Well,
Yeah, it was Beat It. It was
yeah,
Beat
yeah,
It.
it was Beat It.
Out of nowhere, you hit me one night.
I think
and I was
because
like,
when I
well,
got the
no.
stems and I was just doing some like, looking under the hood on that shit, I was like, damn, dude. Because
Eddie Van Halen with the no publishing, ill.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he just came in and fucking broed up. But and that's not him on the
Broed
main.
up. He broed up. That means
Yeah,
you got
man.
ganked.
Rode up from the photo.
Yeah,
Shit.
and that's not him on the main part of the song. It's just him on the solo.
Oh really? He
Yeah.
didn't.
And it's like
Nah.
fucking incredible
That's not
solo too, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And they splice that to make it nice and consistent.
Yeah.
I wish I produced that
But
fucking song.
that whole album taught me a lot, you know, because it taught me when I thought as being a producer, I thought you had to do everything. That was the key, throwing the cape, until I went into other people studio sessions and they got like a whole fucking
Horn
staff doing
section
everything.
and
And that's what, learning that album is Quincy still a producer. He just got the best of the best and put it all together.
Yeah, but real talk though, like right now, like some of the biggest hits right now in today's pop/hip hop records got like 12 writers on that shit plus. So there's tons
Like
of writers.
this radio music.
Yeah. But the
But
shit that's
I don't
popping
think it's done
has
in
a
the same
gang of
sense.
writers. Say again?
You would
I
never
don't
know.
think it's done in the same sense as far
No.
as from a musician standpoint. Writers, yeah, I wrote this little hook. Well, I wrote this line. That's when you say writers, but Quincy had to write that music, compose it, and get all these people on the same page. From a writer standpoint of musicians, as far as like fucking AV could be doing a record and I could just say, yo, something do. You should rhyme that with shoe. Okay, I need 5% of that.
Right.
That don't mean you
I'm sure that's
official
part of-
type writer, you know?
Yeah. But I think also though that
Hey, do that again.
I picked up on it.
there was a shifting of my torso. I can't really do it right.
I wish I wrote that.
I think it's a lot of the maneuvering around the sample issue was accruing a lot of writers, music
Right.
writers. So like, as we all know, sampling is a pain in the fucking ass.
Like if you get 2-3 writers to sit down
Yeah.
and coordinate together, then that's cool. But when you got like 8 writers on a song, really?
But on a lot of joints right now, that's the case.
Name one. What about that
A
Usher
lot
song?
of the Beyonce shit
What about
is
that
like
Usher
that.
song?
A lot of the Beyonce shit is like that. I mean, I don't want to blow up anybody's spot like that. I mean,
you
you
should,
can
you
find
should.
it out. But I've had to research shit like that because I'm doing covers and shit like that. So
Right.
I need to know how many.
I got 5 when I had like a million
Pascal
people
Cavassier
on
has a
that
gang of
song.
writers.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
See, but I got 5 on it is a whole nother thing because they sampled. I got like when
That's
Like-
not the best example because it has a sample in it. Well, yeah, and that's
you got a
attached to
sample
other.
in it,
Yeah,
and you gotta understand.
right. But I'm talking about like when everybody's in a room, avoiding the sample, writing a new joint. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't know. That's the only point I had.
Yeah, but so I think you got writers that do write songs. I mean, one of the most amazing artists right now, I love her work, is her.
Oh, she's on top of the.
She's a beast.
godlike. G. Like she's killing shit.
Yeah,
No,
wifey
she's-
loves her a lot.
She's like doing everything right. She's doing everything right.
You know, she was sitting right behind us when we were having dinner that one
I
night.
seen her, but I ain't want to groupie out.
I didn't know who she was. I just knew that there was.
You know, the owner of the restaurant was like, you know, her is sitting right behind you, and I looked, and I was in a mode like, yo, should I? And it's like, nah, that's when we walked in. We seen Stephen A. Smith.
Oh yeah, he was sitting at that
sitting
table
there
first.
At the table first. The shit is for like 6 people. He's there with just him and his woman or whatever. This is that.
And then the game was there too that night. But Game came over and said, "What up to Ness?"
Yeah, game is always love, man. He always show love. But yeah, man. So
Finesse set it on a whole different trajectory now. Now I'm thinking of like,
Yeah, he went for the diamonds and shit.
No, I'm thinking of like Stand by Sly and the Family Stone or something. You know what I mean? Like,
wow. You're going there.
Like, yeah, that'd be dope if I produced that shit because it's such a seminal album for me. I don't know, man. What about you?
I don't think mine would be a big record. Well, something that became big later. Like I always thought Quincy's production on Summer in the City was just beautiful. Just a beautiful song. Like how did he? I don't know how anybody can compose something that incredible. Honestly, like it's so much bigger than anything I can imagine. So I guess it would be Summer in the City, Quincy. Yeah.
What about it really did it for you?
The texture of the song alone is incredible, but his writing on the keys is just.
I think the phrasing throughout the song tells different stories.
Yeah,
and just that alone is pretty incredible.
I don't think about anything but the song when I'm listening to that song, and I think that's what music's about.
Interesting.
Now, if I was a producer,
talk to me, Russ.
it would be "Do It Again" by Steely Dan.
Wow.
Oh, well, Steely, God.
Because of all the little levels and the little different instruments they were using and the little different solos they were doing. There's like a Hammond organ solo in it. You know what I mean? And then you can hear the.
They're a really incredible group, huh? They didn't care so much about the tour life. They were just like, let's just put together the dopest record and bring in any musician we want.
No,
they
were
had
all
like
about
18 different solos for Peg.
They were all
for
about
guitar.
the musicianship. That's all they were about.
Let's talk about. I mean, I know we got to wrap. We wrapped like 30 minutes
you
ago.
get me at the
What
helm,
happened when you
baby.
went
But
pee?
we got a
But no, let's
conversation.
talk,
We're gonna get it
albums of the
juicy.
most,
Paul just said so. He said, "New, keep it bubbling."
Yeah.
like albums that bring in people like the Van Halen. Like that was a weird curveball.
Absolutely.
Headhunters bringing in Pointer Sisters for "God Make Me Funky." That's weird. Or what is it? Was it Young Americans that brought in John Lennon or something? Who was it?
Oh yeah, David
wow.
Bowie.
Yeah.
Wow, you're going in some weird places.
Let's pull these names, but not really give them like.
But wait, so what's the question
spotlight.
though? But what's the question though?
What are some other groups that brought in big names but didn't highlight it? Like you wouldn't know that they played on them.
Shit.
It wasn't like featuring da da da. It was just they're on there.
They were just on the record.
Yeah.
I would say the Beatles, how they use Billy Preston.
Oh shit.
The Beatles, how they used fucking the drummer. God damn it.
Are you talking about in their beginning stages or they're already stars?
No, they're already stars.
They're already stars. Okay.
Bernard Purdy, how they used
Well,
Bernard
but
Purdy.
that was just session work. Like no one's supposed
But
to know
that's
that.
what you're saying. You're saying they're not featuring.
No,
You're saying the
but I
guys
mean,
are-
you could see it. It's credited, but it's not like credited. It's just next to the alto sax guy, and then background vocals, Pointer
But wait, so
Sisters.
your question is groups that or
No, albums that use big names to do a part, but aren't.
They weren't.
they weren't the feature. They weren't the feature.
Yeah,
They weren't manipulating the artist. They were just using their talent.
Using their talents.
I think Bernard fits.
Oh, sorry.
Bernard Purdy played on Steely's Dance.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Bernard fits in a lot of categories. So that's
Michael
I guess that's
McDonald
cheating.
sang backup on Peg.
Peg, yeah.
Wait, wasn't
it.
Michael McDonald
Damn.
also with Christopher Cross?
No, was he?
Yeah, didn't you sing on
Oh yeah, he did Ride Ride the Wind. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit! Okay.
big old fucking record too?
I'm gonna throw in another one.
Or a 40-year-old version when it's like, if I hear Yamo be here one more fucking
Yeah, I'm
time,
gonna kill myself.
I'm gonna kill myself.
No, it's Yamo kill myself.
Yamo kill myself.
Which one you got?
What was it? What was it? Janet Jackson was on. What's the song? Herb Albert.
Oh, Keep Your Eye on Me
Making Love in the Rain.
and Diamonds
Diamonds, yeah.
and Keep Your Eye on Me, wasn't it? Keep your eye on me.
partition in my brain I need to spend
I like this. I like this.
Janet Jack, her brother, and
You gotta give him the mic.
Oh, so
Janet, what record she jacked her brother? Funny How Time Flies.
He was on it?
No, she did the same Michael Jackson riff. Don't you go nowhere.
Hey, so wait. So on Rockwell,
Michael Jackson on the hook, yeah.
I forget off the top of my head, so forgive me, internet. Don't
Rockwell was
fucking
Barry
jump down my
Gordy's
throat.
son.
No. But when Michael Jackson was on it, did they push him as the feature? Or was it just like really quiet? So
It was quiet.
Hey man, I just got the Dawn one. I just caught the best one.
You did. High
I
five,
just caught the Dawn one then because Rockwell.
But in all fairness,
I posted Rockwell about something on my page. And people were like, "That's fucking Michael Jackson." I'm like, "It's Rockwell."
but at that time, Michael Jackson was fucking.
That's what I thought when I was 9 years old playing, as a Trojan
I always feel
basketball player.
like somebody's watching.
And that was right at
But
the height
still,
of
you
Thriller.
remember you were like, wait a minute, is it though? Because wouldn't they have mentioned it?
But they didn't, right?
Yeah.
They didn't say
No,
featuring
because
Michael
Rockwell
Jackson.
was trying to get a legit career going.
It was
right?
like you said, a credit, but it wasn't a feature, and that damn well
I'm not
should have
even
been
sure
a
it was
fucking
even
feature. That would have
mentioned.
sold a gang more
not
records.
even-
Just
I remember the
Well, maybe not. Maybe
the
not
video
back then.
host that would like intro the video would say, "Oh, that's Michael Jackson on the hook."
Right.
I don't know if it was actually
like
credited.
MTV
And
type
Friday
shows,
night videos
yeah,
and
Friday
crap
night
like
videos,
that.
right.
I find someone standing there.
Yeah.
Or do that.
These impressions. Forget
No,
about
can you
it.
do that in a John Lovitz voice?
Yeah.
Like if John Lovitz
Which
doing
one, Rockwell's voice?
Yeah,
Okay.
Can you do that?
When I go to bed at night. Give me a verse.
I closed the door real tight.
I close the door real tight. I'll do the chorus too. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Where are they?
Who's watching?
yeah, right.
Oh, baby, who's watching? That part, the part where it drops
Find
down.
someone standing there.
You got to do a picture of Levitz on that part.
Oh, hey, I pay the price.
Is that your best impression? Is Levitz your best impression? What's your best
I
impression?
think Lovitz is my best impression.
Is it?
Because that's the first one I ever did, even before I started doing stand-up. I used to
Damn,
do,
I'm on my shit, son.
I used to do impressions of him out to meet girls. Like, no, it never worked.
You didn't
But
do it?
I used to do it.
Did you do it for
I was
the
a-
hooker?
I was a fucking goofy kid, guys. You gotta understand. Well, I think that's the best way to end it now. Thanks for tuning in. It almost turned into Howard Cosell on that one. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into Newmark's Culturally
Yo,
Canceled.
we woke up your boy back there too. That's how we know we're doing good things.
That's it. That's it.
The whole first 15 minutes, he was out like a light, baby.
Oh, he's always out.
We got him woke up.
Let's give a shout out to DJ Newmark, the Cut Chemist,
Yes.
and DJ AV, who finally chimed in at some point. And Lord Finesse for
Lord of mercy.
Lord Finesse and Newmark for keeping this one moving for us.
Yeah, Ness Young.
Yes.
And then Eddie for being right there. That's this episode of Culturally Canceled. Bye.